Hello, welcome to Theo's Forge. Today I'd like to introduce a new friend in the shop. My latest power hammer I bought. Me and my apprentice Marcus has had some time restoring this one and making a new foundation for it. And this is called an ABNO #2 power hammer. It's made were made in Sweden. I think they stopped making these in 1960s, and this particular one is were made in the 1950. So it's quite a new spring-powered hammer, or not spring-powered, but it's a spring mechanical hammer compared to the air-driven ones. And this is probably the best power hammer ever made, if you ask me. And actually, it won a prize in the beginning of its. I don't recollect the year, but it was named the best power hammer in the world in France in the early 1900s. And that's probably a good resume. This is a very versatile machine. We have different ways of controlling the stroke length. I will go into that later. And we can even have a loose hull block. So if you remove the wedge, you can pull out this. And if you, Marcus, please come here and film, you can see here is a strange step here, and that's not so strange because this is a small anvil, and you can actually remove the saw block, and then you can use this to upset very long material. And you can see when I adjust the stroke length, you can get a really long piece inside. Actually, I can do that. This is the rough or the big. So you can get a really long stroke length. If I move the flywheel, you can see how much material you actually can get in this machine. Even with the saw block and the dice inside, you have a very long travel. And you can even get it longer with a small adjustment. And this is very good because you can adjust it during work. So you can see. So the thing I did to it, because it was in quite a good shape except for the dice, they were really bad, so I have restored them. And as you can see, I have drilled a hole through them. This is so I can use saddle tools in it. And the other thing is we put it on a foundation. This is just a box of steel plates made into a box, and then we fill concrete in it. So it's a loose foundation. You can move the power hammer around. If you come here, Marcus, you can see there is, so you can get a forklift inside, so you can move the hammer around. The hammer weighs 850 kilos, so it's quite heavy for its size. The ram weight is 40 kilos, so it has a lot of power actually. And what we did to it, we rebuilt the treadle because the foot pedal or the treadle used to go in a circle around the hammer here, and I don't like to stand on one leg working. So we removed it and we put a lower treadle on the foundation, and so I can use this as a foot pedal instead. Works really nice, and you don't need to stand on one leg when you're using it. So let's start it up. See if it's in action. Okay, so the foundation is not fixed to the floor yet, so it walks around a little bit, and you should never have a power hammer that can move around. It should be very fixed because you lose power. And well, let's just see how it works. So to be a spring-powered hammer, it's a really gentle beast. It's very easy to control, and you can get very soft blows without any effort. I would say this is one of the easiest power hammer I ever used, or it is. Most others is a little bit violent, but this one is so gentle. Thanks and have a nice weekend.